Hello, my posse. Hello, all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming to my living room today. I so appreciate you for stopping over. And today we're going to talk about 10 things that make me happy in life. And I think you'll be excited to hear my 10 things. Anyway, before I start, I want to, like I say, welcome all my new subscribers. And I have to tell you that my channel is, Take Control Beauty. My name is Barbara. They call me Babs. They say I don't introduce myself and my new subscribers don't know my name sometimes. So I am Barbara. I am Babs. I am 79. I know some of you subscribers have been so sweet. And you don't believe me, and some think I've had plastic surgery, and I haven't. I haven't had any plastic surgery, honest. I never rule it out, but I haven't had any. I just take care of my skin. I know that's hard to believe, but you could tell if I had plastic surgery because I'd probably have this surprised look. I don't know, and I haven't had any, cheek fillers. Anyway, I'm not ruling anything out because I do not object to anybody that wants to do that. I think my channel is about being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. That is my mantra. That is what you're going to see on my channel. You're going to see tips on us women of a certain age to make us look and feel the best that we can feel. I do a lot of product reviews, not a lot, but I do because I have some that I love. But anyway, that's what you're going to find on my channel. So that said, let me clear up one more thing. So for all of you who have been asking me, I had my MRI on my hip. Let's do a little medical update first. Happy update. And I have degenerative joint disease and arthritis. Go figure I would have that at 79. What? Are you kidding? Yeah. So, but, excuse me, I shocked myself. But I do have a tear in my labral or something. It's like in the joint of my hip down my thigh. That's a pretty significant tear. And that's what's giving me all the pain. So I go see an orthopedic surgeon specializing in hip, and he's going to tell me what my next thing is. They got me on a bunch of muscle relaxers, a bunch of naproxen, I think it is. I don't like taking anything. I'm having a really difficult time with pain medication. I'm not big on any of this stuff. I would say my pain was a 10. And I think now it might be a 6 or a 7. So I'm still hobbling, but I think it's like getting better. They're talking about physical therapy. I don't know how you can do physical therapy on a tear without ripping my leg off, but I'm not a physician. So anyway, I wanted to update you because, oh my gosh, so many emails came in. So many of you are praying for me. That's so nice. I'm so excited and so happy. Should be on my list, but that's one of the things that makes me truly happy is you subscribers being so concerned about me. So I love you for that. So thank you very, very much for that. So that said, out of the way, I do have Joe the bartender here. He's got a batch of margaritas, martinis over there. And for you wine drinker girls, he's all set over there. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Good. Oh, to you too, buddy. Yeah, he's all set. So go over and help yourself. And let's talk about happiness and the things that I find make me happy at 79. So let's get started. I have to say the number one thing that makes me smile is my husband. Well, my family. So that's one bullet A. So there's A and B. But my husband is 48 years. I've known him 50 years. And through my struggles here with my hip, I'm getting cry. He has been so good to me. Well, he says I nursed him back from COVID and I kept him alive, so it's his turn now. But my husband makes me happy. He's always always in a good mood. And if I'm down, he's really on me for being down about anything. Like this leg's got me down. He's going, oh, come on, Babs. I've had that too. He rains on my parade. I go, don't rain on my parade. This is my pain. But yeah, so my husband is my numero uno happiness in life. And my family, and that's 1A. My family is just, family is everything. And my daughter lives, like I say, in my state, so I get to see my grandkids often. I've helped raise them, so to speak. Going to their basketball games and their football games, I get so excited. I mean, I really get excited. And I also get mad and really PO'd, if I can say that, when the coaches don't use them to their potential. I have a hard time not getting up and going, hey, buddy, I know Guido. I was like, anyway, that makes me happy going to their games. They're so fun to watch. That's just, and all of you that have grandchildren out there, you know how important family and grandkids are. My son lives in Arizona. He's my oldest son. My two grandkids out there, I don't really see them that much because they're far. I can't get there, and of course with the pandemic and all this stuff, you can't fly. So I don't get to see them very much, but I do keep in touch with him on Snapchat and stuff, and my one grandson went away to college. So, but it's nice. It's nice that we keep in touch. I love that. So that's number 1A. So number 2 is keeping positive thoughts. That makes me happy. I mean, sometimes it might be hard to do, but you know what I do? Sometimes, you know how I always talk to you about, yeah, Joe, she's coming in. Yeah. Mary's here. Mary Reed's here. She's always here for the martinis. Anyway, keeping positive thoughts are so important. Sometimes, I was talking about, I got sidetracked there with Joe. But I always talk about your beginning date and your end date. And in the middle is your dash. And that dash sometimes is so filled from what you can remember. The end date's not here yet, but that dash is so filled with so much positivity. And some days I sit down on the couch and, I have my moments where I'm down and, I'm thinking about something and I got to snap out of it. And I'll sit down and I'll take my dash and I'll segment it. Is that a right word? Is that a right word, boys and girls? But I'll maybe compartmentalize it or something. But I'll think about only positive things, like with my kids growing up. I sit there sometimes and I look outside at my beautiful window and all my trees, and I reminisce about those spurts of positiveness in my life that they have brought me. I don't think about the negative things, but I think about all those little positive moments from when they were little. I can close my eyes and I can visualize my kids from birth until the age that they are now. In just that blink of an eye, I can pinpoint every little thing. And I sit there and I get up with such a smile on my face. It just lightens me. I mean, I could sit there and think about, oh yeah, I remember when he did that. He didn't come home. I can think of that too, but no, I don't. But I just try to focus on the positive things and keeping myself positive. And 2A is in the positive role. I keep myself up. And that positively makes me positive. I get such a rush when I get up in the morning. I do my facial, I put my makeup on, I put my wig on, and I look at myself in the mirror and see this great transition right before my eyes from just this, 79-year-old to this beauty queen. Not really, but and I love it. I love it. It's not like a job to me. So I think keeping myself up, keeping myself looking the best I can. I mean, there's days here, girls, I haven't got up off that couch with my leg, but I tell you, I'm fixed up. I get up, I hobble up, I steam my face, I put my stuff on, I get up. I don't know who's coming to that door over there to say hello, so I'm ready. I mean, the Epps driver, I've been ordering a lot, but I keep myself up. And I think that just when you look in the mirror and you look good, that makes you positive, and that makes me extremely happy. Happy, I am. So that's 2A, 2 and 2A. So 3, what makes me happy is making other people happy. If I can make somebody in my family or my friends and I'll text, excuse me, back and forth, and we just say positive things to each other, and I can tell them how much I appreciate them, how much I care about them. Making somebody else feel happy about themselves makes me happy. I love to make other people happy. I went to the store the other day and I paid for somebody's groceries, and they just looked like they needed help. I didn't even tell them it was. I said to the girl, I swiped the card. I've seen that done, so I thought, I'm gonna do that. So I reached over while they were doing something and I swiped my card, a debit or credit. I didn't have to sign for it anyway, because that card I don't sign. So it wasn't a lot, but she looked like she really needed help. Made me happy. Doing things for other people make me extremely happy. And that I guess is 3. Was that 3A? 3. So 4, I just try to be around people that make me happy. I have no negative friends. I did, but I got rid of them. I can't, I had one that just whined and whined and whined. And I just can't stand to be around negative people. They just, once you start a conversation and they go, well, my mother lives with me and she's, or whatever. That's just, an analogy of the subject. But I just surround myself with positive people. And I can do that. Years ago when my kids were little and, they had playmates in the neighborhood, I had to be friends with all these people. I had to be friends with them because their kids played with my kids. And some of them moms, I could have just, not punched, but I could have really told them off. A couple times I lost it, but, I had to be around all that back then. You just have to. There's places where you have to be involved with people, whether you like it or not. And so, but you just have to not let them change your spirit and your joy. But now that I'm older, I can pick and choose who I want to be around. And I'm telling you, if I'm going to maintain my happiness, I have to be around positive people. I'm blessed that my husband's positive, my daughter, and being around her brings me joy. I always tell her, I'm going to grow up just like you. I'm going to grow up just like you. So I think that's the main thing too. If you have negative people in your life, I don't care if it's family. That's the hardest part. When you're growing up and you're young and your family's all still, with you, and you have to go to Aunt Bertha's house or, somebody's house for a party, and you go, oh my gosh, sometimes you have to do that. Now I don't have to do that. But, I think it's just important to, at this point, to do positive things for people and be around positive people. That is just, you got to turn your back. Like I used to tell my grandson when he'd come out of school, this girl was mean to me. And I'd say, you know what, Hayden, just go like this. Hold your hand up in front of them and go, talk to the hand, and turn around and walk away. And I remember one time he came running out of preschool and you run, Nana, Nana, Nana. And I go, what? And he goes, this girl was mean. And I said, yeah, what'd you do? And he goes, I went like this and I told her to talk to the hand, and I turned around and I ran away and she didn't know what to say. And I said, well, that's good. So that's what I taught him. And so that's what you have to do, I think, to negative people. You just can't listen to them. So on to the next one. Anyway, I think this is number 5. What makes me happy is the simplicity of life. I do not need fancy things and materialistic things to make me happy. I've never been one. I like nice things. I like a nice home. I like fixing up, and I like to do that stuff, but that's not anything that really makes me happy. It's thrilling, it's nice to redecorate and things, but I enjoy the simplicity of life. Me and Denny, I make dinner every night, I cook, and we sit down in the living room with our couch, and our TV, and we turn on a really fun Hallmark movie. I mean, something that just brings us joy. We sit together, we eat together, we'll have a cup of coffee after, and dessert, and it's just the simplicity. I would not give that up if somebody said, hey, you want to go and spend some money on a concert and go out drinking? No. I just enjoy, and I always have, even raising my kids, we just always enjoyed simplicity, doing family things, just simple things. That brings me happiness. So I think we're on to number 6. I don't know, I'll have to play this back and see where I'm at. Anyway, number 6. And what makes me happy is making goals. Somebody said to me, I got a comment not too long ago about somebody who was just really down and out, and she didn't want to make goals. She didn't want to really do anything. And I thought, gosh, I told her, I said, but you got to set goals, because without goals, your calendar is blank. And I said, you got to put something down. Like I will go sometimes, like maybe 2 weeks from now, maybe I want to go shopping, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I want to go, I can't say to the hairdresser because I don't go anymore, but just have a goal, save for a vacation, go on a vacation. Maybe my husband and I want to take a ride up north or something, which we can do when gas prices get lower. But everybody's kind of stuck a little bit. But no matter what it is, set goals for yourself. I remember when I was going to retire. I didn't retire from my job till I was, I think, 71. I just loved my job. But I thought, okay, I would say to myself, Self, you're going to retire here pretty soon. You need to, this is enough. And then the time would come and I think, oh, I can't do that. But something happened when I put a dot on my calendar and said January 1st or 3rd, or whatever it was, I am retiring. And I knew that was there. And nothing in between stopped me from that goal. And on that date, where I had that dot, I went into work and said, guys, I think I'm ready to retire. I'm going to give you 2 weeks, 3 week notice, whatever it takes to replace me. I'm ready for retirement. And I set that goal and I kept that goal, and it made me so happy. I wasn't up here in my head somewhere rattling around, I was happy, and I kept that goal and I retired. So set goals for yourself. Goals make you happy. I mean, what do you got to look forward to if you don't have goals? Maybe you're going to visit somebody. Maybe you have a friend. Like, I really wanted to see that friend, and it goes around. Put it on the calendar, mark it down, and say, calling Mary, or meeting Mary for lunch, or something. Set a goal. Could be 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. I mean, don't do it like tomorrow, because that's too soon and you won't keep it. Maybe, but do it. Maybe you want to join Weight Watchers. Maybe you want to start a diet, not necessarily Weight Watchers, but I'm not plugging anything. But maybe you want to start a diet. Maybe you want to do something. Put it on your calendar, put a dot, put a date, and you'll do it. So it's fun, and it makes me happy to have goals and to keep them. I love that. It's happiness in a dot on your calendar. So I think this is 7. I think finding your purpose. I found my purpose in life. I've always had a purpose in life. I think finding my purpose makes me happy. When my kids were growing up, I was cheerleading director for the Little League. I worked with a bunch of girls. I found purpose. And it made me so happy. It was a lot of work, but it made me so happy. I had 3 girls, freshman, junior varsity, and varsity, all cheerleaders, who all are grown with babies of their own now, go figure. But I had a purpose, and I was able to stay with my kids. And I think even now, having purpose makes me extremely happy. I would like to think that I have purpose with my grandkids, that they enjoy seeing me, I enjoy seeing them. I think getting gifts, cooking for other people, people in your neighborhood. We've got new neighbors moving in. I'll probably bring down a dish of some sort. It just having purpose makes me happy. I don't sit around the house and just go, oh, there's nothing for me to do. I have nothing to do. I have no purpose in life. No. Find a purpose, and that makes me extremely happy. Like I say, paying for somebody's groceries the other day was extremely happy for me. It gave me purpose. It made me feel good to help somebody else, because I would want somebody to help me if I was down and out. So find purpose for yourself to make yourself happy. I mean, some of you are so crafty. I mean, do something where you can sit down that makes you smile and makes you happy. There are so many things that can make you happy. That makes me happy, doing for others. Gives me purpose. It does. And I think the other thing that really makes me happy is having conversation with people. Everybody is so tech on their phones, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with texting and stuff, but having a conversation with your neighbors, with your friends, with your sister, with your brother, with your mom, if you're lucky enough to still have a mom, with your spouse, engage in conversation. Having conversation makes me happy because I'm a hoot. And so I know, Joe, I'm a hoot. Is that my martini? Okay, I'll be done in 5 minutes. Hold it. Jean, your mocha's over there. Okay. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, engage in conversation like I did with Joe. That makes me happy. I think even in text messages, people say, oh, people don't talk anymore. But, you got to get with the times. I do so much texting on my phone. It's ridiculous. And it makes me happy. I mean, I text my daughter. We probably don't talk on the phone that much. I mean, we see each other. I mean, we go to games together, and we're out together, and we chatter all the time. But texting, I can keep in touch with her all day. She can keep in touch with me all day. My son in Arizona will text each other back and forth. That makes me happy. It's better than nothing at all. I mean, before cell phones, you probably would never talk to anybody. So I don't think texting is like a bad thing. I mean, maybe you shouldn't do it at Thanksgiving dinner while everybody's eating, you're texting. I mean, you got to have your limits here. But keeping a conversation going, regardless if it's text message, if it's phone, whatever floats your boat, if you have them over to your house and sit around the table and talk and laugh. I mean, we're all meeting in a few weeks, all of us girls that work together. We always meet. We used to meet once every month, and then COVID hit and we kind of slacked off. But we do keep in touch. And those girls are so awesome. It's just great. And having girlfriends to go out, like my work friends, it makes me happy. I love conversation. I love getting together. I don't want to be a recluse. I love conversation, getting together. But I think this is a really good one for me. I am not a person like my mom. She washed on Monday, ironed on Tuesday, mended her clothes on Wednesday, did sinks and toilets on Thursday. I mean, she had a routine down every day. They ate every day at exactly 4:30, 5 o'clock. I mean, her life was a set routine when my dad was alive. It was just, when they would call me up and say, come to dinner, and dinner was at 5, you best be there at 5, because like I told you in another video, if you weren't sitting at that table at 5, you'd get this. The rest of the dinner, yes. But she had a routine. For my own self, if I had a routine, I'd go crazy. If I feel like washing on Monday, I wash. If I feel like doing something else on Monday, I do it. I don't have a pattern. I break up the boringness of my life by changing up the things that I do. I don't go to the grocery store at a specific time. I don't do anything at a specific time. Denny and I don't eat like we're seniors now. We have to eat at 6 o'clock. No, we don't do that. We eat whenever I get dinner made and whenever the TV shows are on. And I don't know, we go out sometimes during the day. We don't get back till later. I have no set pattern for anything. If I did, it would stress me. It would really, really stress me. And I don't have that. I just do things when I want to do things. House cleaning things make me happy. I love cleaning house. Go figure. But it just makes me happy. I do it when I want to. When I don't want to, I don't do it. But I don't do anything that I don't want to do. And that is a big thing. 10. Oh boy, I'm so bad. I can have a title, 10 things, and then you can't remember. I'll play this back and see where I'm at. But I write down, not maybe every day, but I do write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. I love to sit there and go, well, what was I grateful for today? And I sit there and I'll write 3 things that I'm grateful for. And that makes me happy to do. I just think it's important to acknowledge what you're grateful for, what God has allowed you to do today, because you have another day of life. And what are you grateful for? I mean, what are you grateful for? I mean, just think about it for a minute. No, it's not Joe the bartender. Joe, cut him off. It's not Wanda. Forget about it. Anyway, just think about it for a minute. What are you truly grateful for? I mean, really, think right now for a minute. There's got to be things that you're grateful for. And I know some of us are dealing with health issues, and we have so many things, and we're dealing with stress. And I'll tell you, stress is just, it's such a downer. Stress is, have you ever noticed that if you're really stressed, if you have a bad back, or you're prone to headaches, or you're prone to, neck aches, or you're prone to like leg aches like me, and you get stressed over something, or you start thinking negative, or somebody made you mad, do you ever notice that the parts of your body that you really have the problems with have more pain to them? Because it's almost like that stress goes, I'll fix you for being stressed. I'll go attack that pain. It just, like if I get stressed, I have a bad back anyway. If I get really stressed, my back hurts worse. So I think that keeping yourself out of stress and remembering what you're grateful for and not what you're stressed about keeps you happy. It just does keep you happy. I think that's 10. I am really, like I say, I get sad. You know that I've lost my son, and that was very stressful for me, and it still is. I mean, there's things going on, like I said, that are still stressful. But I have to remember like the great things about him, the wonderful things about him, the things that in his whole life that made me so happy, and I just walk through it. It's not the way that I thought my life would be, but it is what it is, and I have to maintain for myself. Otherwise, where are you going to go? I mean, there's no place to go but down, and I can't do that. I can't do that to my family. I can't do that to anybody. So we've all been through struggles. We've all had losses in our family, which is very hard to come out of. And by the way, let me just say this real quick while you're talking about losses. I want to give my condolences to Carla. Carla is a wonderful, wonderful gal. She's been a friend of mine since I started YouTube. She used to have a channel, Real Chicks. She lost her husband suddenly. And I want Carla to know, and everybody, all of my subscribers, if you haven't heard or if you've wondered, she did lose her husband last week. And I really pray for Carla and her family. They have been, they didn't have any children, so they have been really a bond together. They've been very, very close. So I'm really praying hard for Carla. So if you could just kind of add her to your 10 a.m. prayer group with all of us, that would be great. It's hard times, it's hard times when tragedy happens to be happy because you can't at that moment, and that's okay because happiness will wait. It'll wait, and you can take your time to grieve. So I'd just like you all to say a little prayer for her. Thank you for that. Carla, we love you. So all that, I think that is my 10 things that help me lead a happy life. There's probably, Susan from the little poll, her and I were talking about it. She's the one that's actually suggested that this would be a good video to do. It could be a tag if you want to do it, be my guest. And she said, Barb, I'd like to hear the 10 things that make you happy, especially like at 79. And I said, you know, Susan, that's a good one. I can do that. I can do that like that. It was really hard to do because there's a lot of things that make me happy. So to break them down into 10 things was really, really difficult for me, actually. But I think that's the most important things. And I hope when I edit this back, that'll be 10. So don't leave me comments and say, no, that was only 8, Babsy, because cut me some slack. I'm 79. I do have memory losses sometimes and lapses, but anyway, so thank you for coming over. Thank you for helping yourself. Well, you didn't help yourself because Joe, nice job, Joe. Good job, buddy. You all right, girls, to drive? You need an Uber? Yeah. Okay. Who's laying on the floor over there? Oh my goodness. We won't say her name. She's a subscriber. We won't mention her. Anyway, thank you so much for coming over today. And remember, keep your happy thoughts. Be kind. Do things today. I want you to, this is a kind of homework for you. Write down what you're grateful for. Think about some positive things. Be happy. Fix yourself up. Make yourself look and feel and be the best version of yourself that you can be. And remember, girls, always be the I in kind. We all need kindness today because that makes us happy. I love you. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.